So Clover company is the next question. What we are doing right now, Clover company must replace a machine. So it is a machine replacement project. Okay. And they want to replace a machine, which is a very essential one for its production process. The company has identified two machines of identical capacity. So if they have to replace the old one, they have to look for the new one, and they have, uh, you know, identified two machines for that. But they have different technologies which would be suitable. Okay. Only one machine would be purchased. So you can understand this is a mutually exclusive investment decisions. They have to pick any one out of the two options. And you should know, for replacement projects, we have to see the equivalent annual cost. Okay. The project which gives as the least equivalent annual cost is the one which we need to pick. Am I right? So that is what we are going to do here. Okay. Now let's move forward. Just a second. So we need to find out the equivalent annual cost for machine 1, equivalent annual cost for machine 2, and we need to look which one is the least one out of these two. The least one should be picked. Okay. Now let's see the detailing. Let's do the detailing for this. This machine 1 would cost 200. I think it is $2 million. Sorry. And would need replacement or replacing after 3 years. So 3 years is the replacement cycle. 3 years. The replacement cycle is 3 years. And the next one we need to see. And it has a scrap value of $200,000 at the end of the project's life. Maintenance cost is given per year, and it is increasing by 8% every year, that you need to do the adjustment in the coming subsequent years. Annual operating cost expected to be 300,000 in the first year of operation. That would increase by 10% per year in the subsequent years. Okay. And then the same detailing has been given for the machine 2. It would cost this much, and replacement cycle is 5 years. Residual value is this. Maintenance costs are this per year, and it is going to increase by 6% per year in the subsequent years. Annual operating cost is expected to be in the first year operation, and it is going to increase by 12%. And then what is the next piece of information? Clover believes that whether machine 1, machine 2 is selected, future replacement machines would in each case be more advanced versions of the machines with identical life cycles. Buying machine 1 would therefore commit the company to a 3-year replacement cycle. I have already given the details to you. The scrap value of the machine 1 is buyback price from the machine's seller. That would be included in the contract of sale. That means, as if you are going to take a machine, then its scrap value is the one which the seller is going to purchase the machine at. Okay, that's going to be the buyback price for them. Scrap value of machine 2 is an estimate made by Clover company based on existing market information. The technology used in each machine is expected to continue to develop in the future, while Clover company thinks it is unlikely that machine 1 would become obsolete during its 3-year life. Company thinks it is likely that machine 2 would be affected by obsolescence towards the end of its life. So one is not going to become obsolete, but the next one they are thinking that it is going to become obsolete. And for both machines, all increase in cost are due to increasing age. That's what inflation adjustment kind of. And they are saying that the discount factor is 13%, and you should ignore taxation. Very simple and very good question. 10 marks you get very simply for these kind of questions. Simple one. Okay. And then theory is much more. 10 marks is the explanation you have. So first let's do the calculation part. You should be knowing the equivalent annual cost method. Let me take that here and explain you. There we are. So first one, we are going to take the equivalent annual cost of machine 1. Okay, and it's a 3-year cycle. Okay, see, the investment decisions chapter has all routine questions. Small changes you need to check. All are having the same format, same kind of, the questions are not much. I don't think those are much more, complicated than what we think about them. Year 1, 2, 3. So first one is the scrap value. At the end of the life, project life, it is $200,000. Maintenance cost. Maintenance cost is going to be how much? Machine 1. It has 52,000. What's the maintenance cost? And it's going to increase by how much? 8%. Okay, so we need to do into 1.08. 56,160. That is how I got this 52,000 into 1.08. Okay, for your information, and 56,160 into 1.08 again. 60,653. Or else you can do 52,000 into 1.08 whole square. Okay, so I took directly the 56,160 into 1.08 I did. So I got this. Maintenance cost adjustment is done. Now the next one is going to be what? What's the next next cost they have? Okay, annual operating cost. So that is going to increase by 10% every year. So 300,000 in the first year, and 10% of that is 330,000. 330 into 1.10, 363,000. You should be knowing how am I doing. So this into 1.10 and this into 1.10. Then you have the net cash flow. There is no tax. That is a very simple thing to understand. So these are the costs you have. Then you have the discount factors. See, basically, what is the formula for equivalent annual cost? You have to find out the project's NPV and divide by the annuity factor. Okay, so that we will do. What is the investment they have done? So, okay, I'll just do at the end. Okay, so we'll find out the discount factor at the rate of 13%. I'll put the 0.885. And we'll multiply. So 3,11,504. So these are the discounted cash flows. Okay, or we can say the present values after discounting the future cash flows with the discount factor. We get this sum of the present values or cash inflow or cash, no, it's like inflow, it's like outflow, and we get 768,858, and the initial investment what we have done is 2 million. So the entire cost we have borne is 2.7 million around approximately, and this is your net present value. You know it's -1, so equivalent annual cost is nothing but NPV of the project divided by present value of annuity factor at the rate of 13% for 3 years. Can you just tell me, okay, you add these three, you'll get the ultimate answer. No need to do all the calculations. 0.885 plus 0.783 plus 0.693. It's going to be 2.361. So for this question, I'm putting this present value of annuity factor at the rate of 13% for 3 years exclusively. So 2,768,858 as per the question divided by 2. So 361. This is the present value annuity factor at the rate of 13% for 3 years. So what is the equivalent annual cost you're getting? 1172748. Okay, so this is the equivalent annual cost you are getting. You should keep this in a bracket, negative values, right? Now we are going to see for the 5-year cycle, and we are going to see which is the lowest one, and we are going to decide based upon that. Let's take the 5-year cycle. I'm just giving you some time. Just have a look through this. We'll move forward immediately. See, same thing you have to do for the next one. Okay, machine 2, 5-year cycle. So year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Residual or scrap value. What is the scrap value given for the second one? It's 150,000. This is an inflow. Okay, the scrap value what you're going to get is an inflow. So here also it was a inflow, you should be knowing. So we all did the addition part, positive cash flow, and then this was a negative cash flow. Sorry, I didn't write it here. All these are negative cash flows. You should be knowing these are costs, right? And then you have the negative cash inflows are more than the negative cash outflows, sorry, are more than the inflow. So we got the outflow, net outflow. So here also we're going to do the same thing. So what we're going to do here, so what is the maintenance cost? 39,000. It's going to increase by 6%. Maintenance cost 39,000 into 1.06 we have to do. 41,340. Then you have to do into 1.06 to this. You have to just go on doing that. Operating cost, it's 248,000, increasing by 12%. Just give me a second. So 248,000 into 1.12. 2,77,760. Again, you have to do 1.12. You will be going on getting the values. 3,11,091 or 92. You can write anything. Net cash flow. Discount factor is how much for this? Give discount factor. Shin. Where is the discount factor? Okay. 13%. Sorry. We have taken the discount factor already. So for both the machines, it's the same one. Of course, it's going to be the same. And discount factor at the rate of 13%. And then we're going to multiply them to find out the present values, this into this, whatever is given. So the same thing we did there also, multiplied. So it is 2,53,995. 2,49,855. 45,954. 42,056. Like 57,182. Okay, these are present values, and then sum of present values, if you add them 1149042, you'll get, I've done this, and initial investment given to you for the machine 2, it's 2.5 million. So 3649042, and this is going to be negative. All are negative values, and then the annuity factor you have to do by adding all this for 5 years. So NPV 336 lakhs 49,042 divided by annuity factor at the rate of 13% is 3.517. So now you tell me which is the project which we need to take. Equivalent annual cost for machine 2 is 10,37,544, and here it is 11,72,748. So here the equivalent annual cost is less. Okay, so machine 2 I would prefer. Okay, due to less EAC when compared to EAC of M1. Okay, so this is the practical part. Now coming to discuss which machine should be selected by Clover. 4 marks covered, 10 marks covered, 6 marks, discuss why DCF that you should be knowing. Okay, so we have done the discussion many times in the class. So with this, we have done this Clover company question also. We will continue the next questions tomorrow. Okay, thank you.